Hi, I'm Mac. Hi, I'm Ruckus. And together, we're Maximum Ruckus! Yay!
I've been trying to go to this bakery, this new bakery like opened in town, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I have been trying to go to this bakery now for like a month. I
Oh.
cannot go to this bakery.
Why? Is it just too long of lines, or what?
So, they're not open on weekends.
Ooh. Mm-hmm.
Um, their hours are something like, God, what is it? It's like 10 a.m. to 2
Oh, jeez.
only on the weekdays. And
Mm-hmm.
so I have on several occasions dedicated like, okay, today's the day I'm going to like I've got Wednesday off, I'm gonna go to this bakery. And then I show up and guess what, they got a sign up there being like, oh, not open till noon. I was like, great. So
It's
then I go
crushing.
around, I find other things to do, come back at noon, no, we're not opening today. This bakery refuses to allow me to go there.
Is it even real? Does it
It's
even
a great
open?
question. No one knows.
No.
I brought this up to my dad a couple days ago where I
Mm-hmm.
was like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to. Yeah, I've been trying to go to this bakery or whatever." He's like, "Oh, is it the one over in this general part of town?" I'm like, "Yes, that's the one." He's like, "Yeah, I tried to go there too. Can't go.
It doesn't
Never open.
exist. It's not real. It's not real.
They're running some kind of scam,
They
some kind of
are.
real estate scam."
Wow. Like, do they have a website and everything, or
I think they have an Instagram page, but I also don't know the name of the bakery, so I can't like.
you can't scope it out?
Yeah,
Hmm. Interesting. You got it. You got a case on your hands. It's time
yeah. I
for
would like to.
Detective Brandon.
It's the building looks nice. Looks like it
Hmm.
like it's a pretty cool bakery. They should be open on Saturdays. I don't know why they're not open
Right.
on Saturdays. It seems like I mean I get taken Sunday off, but like seriously, like
Hmm.
isn't the majority of business you're gonna get on a Saturday? I don't know.
Yeah.
Seems weird to me.
You'd think.
The other thing with this is that like the other bakery that we have in town is like good,
Hmm.
but it's got some so this is a weird thing that has like happened in my town. And I know so you live in like a smallish town outside of like the capital of
Yeah.
Pennsylvania, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so I wonder if this is similar to like what's happened where you live. So like the majority of businesses
Hmm.
where I live like went out of business in like the
Yeah.
mid 2000s, right? Like
Hmm.
furniture stores all gone, all
Oh
this
yeah.
stuff like, the Walmart super centers and whatnot came in, and then
Hmm.
Amazon. And so now we have all of these very large buildings that used to be like furniture stores and stuff
Hmm.
that are now like there's a bakery in there now. And it's like wait, like there's all these buildings are too
Hmm.
big for the types of
Yes.
businesses that are sustainable now. So almost every business is
Hmm.
two businesses now. Like everything does two
Right.
things. So
Hmm.
like the bakery in town that we have is a pretty good bakery,
Hmm.
but it's also a t-shirt printing place and stuff in the same building. Like you
Just
go
in
inside
case.
and you walk past like a t-shirt printing place to get to this bakery.
You gotta knock out two errands in one day sometimes. Print up the shirts
Every
and get a
single
cannoli.
business in this town is like two
Wow.
businesses. They all do
Mhm.
two, except for this one building that only sells Christmas stuff.
Oh.
There is a store in town that is only a Christmas store. That's all they do,
Wow.
and
Is
they're
it?
open year
I
round.
was just gonna ask. Oh my gosh. That's amazing.
Yeah,
We
I have no idea how they stay in like what they're like. Do
no.
they own the building? Do they have like almost no overhead?
They
Like what's
almost
going on
have
there?
to, right? Like to be able to
It's very
sustainably.
strange.
It's so weird. I love it. Yeah, we had a Marshalls close down years ago, and nothing went. It
Mm,
was a giant store, nothing went in, and then finally, like a Planet Fitness went in, but it's like almost too big for a plant. Like you look in, and it's just like it's
interesting.
weird. Cause
So,
guess what?
so we had a Walmart in town,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then like a block away, they built the Walmart Supercenter. So the old Walmart
Mm-hmm.
disused. They broke the Walmart up into 3 buildings,
Mm-hmm.
and so now inside that is a Ross, a Marshalls, and a Planet Fitness, all occupy what used to be a Walmart.
Oh my gosh. So you don't have a Home Goods connected to your Marshalls?
No, we do not.
Interesting, because Marshalls went out and then it went over in the old Kmart. And similarly, it was a Kmart, then they split it up into Hobby Lobby. It's now Burlington, it used to be Steinmart, and then Marshalls and Home Goods.
Okay, so there's 2 larger cities,
Mhm.
like I live in the middle of. Those each like the malls, because like malls died like a
Right.
couple years ago, right?
Mhm.
Like the mall, not what it used to be.
No.
So now the malls are all turning into like, yeah, there's like a Burlington, there's a
Mhm.
Home Goods, there's all those kind of things are now taking over what used to be like the malls.
Right. It's weird. Going off the mall, like, because I went to the mall, like, I don't know, 2 months ago now to get clothes for Vegas, and I felt like I almost didn't belong there. It was weird. I felt like really weird being in the mall. I don't know if it's because it was like
Yeah,
the middle of the day on like a Tuesday or something, but it was like,
I mean, there's like nobody in the mall, right? It's just the
no.
people who work at the mall now.
It's the people who work there, and then in the food court, people be eating.
Yeah.
But like every other store that I went in, I was the only person in there other than the workers. And it was, and like even going into like the fitting room and stuff, it was like, I feel like I'm not allowed back here because there's no one here. It was weird. I felt like I was trespassing. And the mall's weird.
Yeah, I was just at the mall yesterday. So they added, it's called like box lunch or
Mhm.
something like that to the mall. Interesting store full of just like nerdy crap.
Mhm.
I was pretty into it. Saw lots of cool. I sent you a bunch of pictures of the
You
stuff I
did.
saw at this place.
It was great.
Yeah, I was
Mhm.
pretty into it.
Yeah.
Um,
The hockey jerseys were cool.
yeah, the Jurassic Park hockey jerseys.
I like
Pretty
that
into that.
the back, the number is 93, which is pretty cool.
Oh, really? I
Yeah,
didn't.
I
look
looked
at
it up
that
later
yet.
on. Yeah, the backs of those are 93, and then the Harry Potter ones were all 7, because that's Harry's number.
What's up, internet? Welcome to Maximum Ruckus, the only podcast that is a total waste of your time. Don't really know why it is that you watch it. I am your host, Jose Ruckus, aka let's see, what do I got here? Aka Sheev. Joining me,
Oh,
as always, Makenna the Machine May.
that's me.
What's going on, Makenna? How you
Let me
doing?
tell you what, I've been going on walks lately.
You going on walks?
I'm walking it up.
That's
Okay?
cool.
So my father and I, we go for walks around the neighborhood. One time around the neighborhood is about a mile or so. So we go around and then we come back and bada bing bada boom, walk. And it's like all fall like out. It smells real good and there's leaves. We like to kick in the leaves. And we occasionally see someone from the neighborhood behind mine, and they have a little schnauzer. So I get to pet the dog while my dad has conversations. That's very exciting. And
Nice.
and we also get to scope out what's going down in the neighborhood in the daytime. Like my one neighbor building an addition to their garage. So it's all very exciting stuff.
Okay.
And
I've also been going on walks.
really,
Mm-hmm.
look at us. We're walking.
Haven't talked about this on the podcast, but I did talk to you about it.
Mm-hmm.
1 second.
Nope.
So, I recently purchased a 35 millimeter
Yes.
camera.
Very cool.
It's a Canon AE1. Pretty good camera from what I've been told. But so I've been going on walks, walking around, enjoying a walk, and then taking some pictures and stuff. I live over by an airport, so I've been a very small airport. So I've been taking pictures of these little Cessnas and whatnot.
Ooh, love a Cessna.
Yeah, and just going on walks, taking pictures of buildings and lots of stray cats and stuff.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
Yeah.
That's so exciting. That's so fun.
Walks good for you.
They are good for you. It's been a good time. We get to breathe the fresh air.
That's always nice. The weather's starting to get pretty good.
Yeah, it's my dad had a double sweatshirt today. I probably should have worn another sweatshirt, but I toughed it out. It was just really cold when we got back, but that's okay.
You double sweatshirt?
Mhm.
You have
Yeah.
sweatshirt on top of sweatshirt?
Yeah, he had a hoodie on underneath and then a crew neck over top. And it was a same sweatshirt color and everything. So like you couldn't really
Mm.
tell unless you were close, but he
I always
stayed
go
warm.
hoodie jacket combo.
Yeah, I like a hoodie
Sweater
jacket.
jacket.
That's typically if I wear a second jacket, that's usually what I do as well. Cuz it's easier to get off too. Like you
Yeah, and
can,
it's just generally more comfortable.
yeah. So,
Like
yeah.
the neck of a crew neck is not built to have a hoodie coming out of it, you
No,
know?
it's not. It's really not. But that's the Rodman way.
Mm-hmm. Unconventional as always.
Yes, that is his middle name. um, well, a couple weeks ago he came home from work and he was like, "Oh, I got Smurf glasses." I was like, "What does that mean?"
What does that mean?
Well, Brandon, tell me what you think that means.
So if he said I got Smurf glasses,
Yes.
I would think that they were small blue glasses.
You know, you and I, this is why we're friends, because I thought very similarly. So he's in his office, and I go down like, "Oh, where are your glasses?" He goes, "They're on the floor in a box." And I'm like, "What are they doing in a box?" And it was like 6 drinking glasses that he got at like, I
Oh,
think the Hardee's or whatever, like back in like the 80s. I'm like, "Can you drink out of those?" He goes, "Probably
okay.
not." But
No,
um
no. Well, they plastic or
no,
glass?
they're glass.
Okay, yeah, you just wash them. You can drink out of that.
Cool. So yeah, so now we've got new glassware.
Okay, and they got Smurfs on them.
They got Smurfs on them. Yeah, he collected
That's
them.
pretty cool.
It was like kind of like what they did with at McDonald's back in the day, where it's like each week there was a new Smurf glass.
Let me tell you about this,
Hmm.
Makenna, because I was at the Goodwill a couple days ago,
Oh my gosh.
and I saw something that I really, really wanted to buy, and I really should have bought these. But they had the Lord of the Rings goblets that I think were from Burger King.
Cool. You
Yeah,
should have bought
really
them.
wanted those. So the dream glassware for the house, right,
Oh.
would be a full set of the Lord of the Rings, right? But then also I believe these might have been from McDonald's, but the Batman Forever
Oh.
glasses.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I'm not
would
familiar.
love to have those.
Yeah.
Of course, you go to the Goodwill. You're probably always going to see the Burger King 2009 Star Trek glasses there
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Those are classics.
Yeah. We had the Shrek ones from McDonald's, I believe. And then
Okay,
my
okay.
mom had like, I remember like I think a Mickey Mouse one from like maybe the 90s or so. Like we had a couple glasses. Actually, I don't know where those are.
There were those like plasticky Disney glasses that had like
Yeah.
the box art of like
Yes.
old VHSs on
Yeah.
them. Those great
Mhm.
glasses.
Those are good.
Great,
I need to
excellent
find them.
glasses. My
There
sister-in-law had those.
Yes. There's some I need to go through our glassware cabinet cuz I'm going to be highly upset if my mother gave those away and we don't
Yeah, you
have
gotta
any.
gotta get you some Batman Forever glasses.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the good china, if you will.
Yeah, and then like for spoons, you get the lightsaber plastic
Yes.
spoons that they had in the Kellogg cereals. You know.
Yeah, exactly. You're just building out.
Oh, did I ever tell you about my Hercules plate?
No. What?
So you can look these up, right?
Mhm.
Like just like type like Hercules plate. Let's see if it shows up on here, huh? Oh yeah. You can definitely. It's the first thing that comes up.
Oh my god.
So we must have gotten the whole set, right? I don't know if these didn't come in a set or whatever. Maybe these were McDonald's plates. So no, they didn't come in a set. But we had a couple of these.
Oh my
But there was a time in my life, very young, where I ate every single meal off of the Hercules plate.
As you should. Those are
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah, would love to. I need to track down. I mean, I can see them on there. These are very cheap.
Mhm.
So I should buy a Hercules plate. But yeah, the blue
Yes.
Hercules plate.
Oh
Ate
my god.
every single meal off of it.
Dude, my grandma, I need to go through her like plates as well because like from my mom growing up, she's a bunch of those McDonald's plates and whatnot. Like we always ate off her like when we slept over at her house, like our donuts or whatnot. Were eaten off of like the my mom's 80s McDonald's plates. Man, they should bring back giving out. Why did they stop giving out the glasses and the plates and whatnot?
I don't know. Burger King was big on it, and
Mm-hmm.
so like with like the Burger like this the 2009 Star Trek
Yeah.
Burger King glasses. Those you had to buy when you bought something,
Oh, okay.
but they were pretty cheap. And yeah, I remember collecting getting all those. Loved
Mm-hmm.
them.
Of course.
Um, yeah, I why don't they do that? You know, like
Bring them
those Lord of the
back.
Rings cups are so fucking cool, man.
Bring them back. Maybe
Have you
that's our
seen these?
campaign. No, I haven't. I was just about to
Look,
look
yeah,
them
look
up.
these up. These things are
Oh
excellent,
my god.
right?
Yeah. Yeah, you need these. They're
Yeah,
so
and then
cool.
check out the Batman Forever glasses.
Batman Forever.
My cousin had these, like a couple of
Mhm.
Lord of the Rings one, a couple of the Batman ones,
Oh my god, those are cool.
right? Yeah,
Dude.
my cousin had the Riddler one here, and yeah, I mean I would drink out of that all the time. You know,
As you should.
it's a great
Yes.
cup.
100%.
Yeah, so that's the dream. You know, glass situation is the Lord of the Rings and Batman Forever ones, and then
Yeah.
the plates, the Hercules plates
Mhm.
from
Mhm.
McDonald's, spoons, the
Spoons.
lightsaber spoons.
Yeah. That's all you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can use a spoon to eat
We'll figure
most
something out for
things.
forks. You know,
Yeah, I mean, how hard could that be? Right?
no idea.
Just gotta go find some forks. Did they?
Were there any other like McDonald's like toys and stuff that you remember like collecting, or
God,
like the ones that you were
so
like
many.
obsessed with?
So many. Like we now I as you can probably tell from my room, I don't like to throw things away. I am a collector. And the borderline hoarder maybe. No, I'm not that bad. I purge a lot of stuff this year. Anyway, I digress. But growing up, we never threw out our toys. There is a tub in the bonus room that's just filled with old McDonald's toys. Like from franchises I don't even like we never were into, but for
Mm.
some reason like we have almost all the Chronicles of Narnia toys. We have like a bunch of the fantastic like the Chris Evans Fantastic Four figures. Like there's so many toys in there. Like I have a bell. One of my favorite toys is in my bookshelf. It's a Belle from Beauty and the Beast. And I love her so much. I always played with her. She's really cool. Um, but yeah, I really just want to go. I have a bunch of the Burger King Star Trek toys.
Mm.
I want to go through them though. I want to see just what we have.
So a couple shout outs here
Mm-hmm.
that I remember. So the Sega handhelds. So like they have like
Oh.
little Sonic mini games, like
Oh,
Tamagotchi style kind of
cool.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Super into those.
Mm-hmm.
I think there were some like ESPN ones as well.
Ooh.
Let's see. I'm trying to pull up a couple listicles here
Yes, I was
of the
just.
best. I remember the Boo buckets, I
Mhm.
think.
Oh yes, we got one.
Oh,
We got one
yeah.
last year. Yeah, I remember getting this as a kid, and then we
Definitely
got
got
it
some
back.
Hot Wheels at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the teeny beanie babies, of course.
Yes, I remember those. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Classics. Hmm.
My, you might, cause you're closer in age to my cousins, to my older cousins,
Okay.
and so like growing up, we would play like with their toys and stuff. Was there is now was this something at like that they got at McDonald's or like elsewhere where it was like McDonald's food, but they were Transformers essentially.
Those were Happy Meal
Were
toys,
they
yeah.
Happy Meals? Okay, I wasn't sure because I remember them being super good quality. Like those are some of my favorite toys. They always had those, and in Polly Pockets were some of my favorite to play with. Ooh, okay, I gotta go to. Let's see here.
Oh, I remember they had like the tiny little Furbies. You ever fuck with Furbies?
No, they kind of creep me out.
Oh, they're fucking weird as shit. I have no idea. I got one for Christmas one year.
Mhm.
And I remember being like super into the Furbies, and I honestly couldn't tell you why.
Well, so when I was a kid, I had like one of those play like driving wheel things, and I think it was like I want to say it was like Elmo or Sesame Street. And it was like one night it was downstairs, and I guess something hit up against one of the buttons and it started talking, and it scared the shit out of my parents. So they like refused after that to ever buy me anything that could talk on its own, just because like they're like not never again. They were
That's
traumatized. Man, I'm looking. Oh yeah, ESPN handheld games 2004. I remember. This is looking through this list is wild. They had Drake and Josh toys?
Did they?
Apparently in 2005. McDonald's. But yeah, we were big McDonald's collectors.
You had to get the Happy Meal toys. It was all about the Happy Meal toys.
I would eat Happy Meals for so long just to get the toy.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember they had Cars in 2006, and I remember they had, like, if you got Mater, you could hitch it up to other cars in the sets, which was really cool. So you always won the Mater one so that you could tow everyone.
Interesting.
Wow, yeah, this is... Because I would always get the quote-unquote boy toy, and my sister would always get the girl toy. So then we could have both sets. The strawberry shortcake. Oh my god. Strawberry shortcake's gonna kill me. The strawberry shortcake dolls from I don't remember which year this was. And their hair smelled like different berries and stuff. That was
interesting.
Oh, it was so cool. Oh my god, there's so many. Yeah, 2007, I guess it would have been. I remember, like, the next up was on the bottom of the box and everything. I remember checking for those.
Yeah, it's, there's not, like, an adult equivalent, like, because, like, it's just, there's not, like, an adult version of this at all.
No. It's, why not?
It's a great question.
We need this. Bring us happiness. I mean, the closest we probably got is the Pokemon cards in the Happy Meals.
Yeah, but those were just, adults stealing them from children.
That is very true. They have the 2024 list out already.
Oh, yeah?
And 2025.
Anything interesting on there?
So DreamWorks 30 years is going to be in April or May.
Okay.
Happy Meal's 45th anniversary in August, September.
Oh, that'll be interesting.
Hello Kitty 50th anniversary. And then in 2025...
Wait, Hello Kitty's 50 years old?
Apparently. I didn't realize that.
That's fucking insane.
That's wild. Hold on, let's see here. Hello Kitty. Yeah, 1974, November 1st.
That's nuts.
She looks great for 50. Wow.
You know what I was blown away by? So I went to that box lunch store.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so they have it all broken up into like sections, right? So there's like a Jurassic Park section, a Harry Potter section.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a Miyazaki, like a huge Miyazaki section, a Lord of the Rings thing. So all divided up into like these big fandoms that you think of, like Star Wars, Marvel, all this stuff. Mm-hmm. You know who gets his own section at the box lunch?
Oh, okay. Wait, I want to guess. Okay, is it a musician?
No.
Is it a character?
It's like franchise. You got it like in that vein. Like,
does he have a movie?
Yes.
Is he a part of a bigger franchise?
No.
Does he have? I don't know. Tell me.
Stitch.
I would have never guessed that.
Stitch gets his own section.
Stitch.
in
As in
box lunch.
Lilo and Stitch.
Yes.
Wow, good for Stitch.
Yes. And so this is what my girlfriend was telling me is that apparently Stitch is huge in Japan.
Oh, wow.
And that like never like the cartoon was huge over there. Like the Stitch fandom never went away in Japan.
Huh. Go figure.
Yeah.
Are they making a live action Lilo Stitch, or did I make that up in
I
my
heard
head?
that this was happening. Yeah.
Okay. Well, because when I watched MASH last year, I didn't realize that David Ogden
Stitch was in MASH.
Stitch was in MASH. Yeah, exactly. He was the third Doctor. You know.
Yeah.
MASH, a story of three military doctors. He's number 3. But David Ogden Steers, or if that's how you pronounce his last name, he's the he's like one of the main characters in Lilo and Stitch. And I didn't realize, I was like, oh, this dude has been a part of my childhood.
Really?
He's in like a bunch of other Disney movies too. And I just never.
Oh, big voice actor guy, huh?
Yeah, I didn't realize he was a prominent voice actor until I was going through. So like,
okay, so this is like the dude who's like he's like the guy in charge at MASH, right? Like he's like the head honcho or whatever.
No, so he takes over for Frank Burns in season 6. He's the third Doctor, the third surgeon.
Oh, okay.
He's the tall guy, yeah. Who's like from Boston and kind of, he has like an accent and stuff. Well, I say an accent, but like he's very proper and whatnot. But yeah, no, he's Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast. Like, this dude's all over the place. Oh yeah. So yeah, I didn't realize how, like, I was like, oh, this dude's he's in Hoodwinked.
It's in the regular show.
Regular. Oh, I didn't realize even that. Wow.
Yeah, I mean he's just like he's a voice actor dude.
Wow. Angry Beavers? Excuse me.
Atlantis, The Lost Empire.
Ooh, look at House of Mouth. Of course, he was Cogsworth. Yeah, and this dude's he was out there.
Oh, he did one of the English voices in Spirited Away.
Oh.
Yeah. Look at this guy. He was Dr. Jumba Jacoby.
Yeah, that dude. Like, if you looked at a picture of him, you would recognize him. Like, I had a toy from him from McDonald's as a kid. Like, I was like, wow.
Yeah, he's the guy who makes Stitch.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like, oh, look at...
Did you ever watch the other? Because like, so there's like Stitch the movie, right?
Yeah.
Which was like the that like jump started the TV show,
the
right?
Stitch movement. Yeah.
Had the sandwich guy.
Yeah, yes, I love this. Ruben, I think was his name.
Yeah. But did you ever watch Lilo and Stitch 2?
No, I'm gonna be honest.
Stitch has a glitch.
Stitch, I remember. I mean, I probably watched it as a kid at some point, just because I consumed the hell out of like Disney and Nickelodeon and stuff. So I'm sure I did. I just don't really remember.
I don't think I did.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think I ever watched it. I was huge on Lilo and Stitch back in the day. I'll tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
There was another one too. There was another Leroy and Stitch. Never even heard of this one.
Leroy and Stitch.
This was in 2006.
Whoa. Let's see. Well, who's Leroy? Oh yeah, Leroy and Stitch.
I do seem to remember this guy. The look of this guy. This red Stitch.
Oh yes, because wasn't it a girl? Or no?
Was it?
Was it a girl?
No, I think that was from...
I do remember that. I do remember. He was like, yeah.
It's like Evil Stitch? Oh,
yeah.
I guess Stitch is Evil Stitch.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do... Okay, I'm caught up now. Yeah, the girl Stitch was
You remember, that
angel.
was like... You remember like the trailers for Lilo and Stitch?
Vaguely, yeah.
Whereas like Stitch was like fucking up other Disney movies and stuff?
Yes! I remember, yes!
Yeah,
oh my God.
That was like the gimmick going into Leroy, like oh, this is the bad Disney guy. He doesn't play by your Disney rules.
No.
He doesn't give a fuck about Beauty and the Beast. And I was like, yeah, me neither. This guy's awesome.
I remember Lilo and Stitch had... The Reuben had a really good Flash game on their website where you build sandwiches.
Yep, I remember that one.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Sandwich stackers, I believe, is what it was called.
Yes. Oh my god. Yeah, and you had to like avoid the rotten stuff or whatnot. I remember the cheese looked really good in that game. It was good cartoon cheese.
Cheese always does look good when you draw it, you know?
It does. You can't mess up cheese in cartoons. I'm convinced.
That's a great point.
There was a cheese category on Jeopardy tonight.
Really?
Mm-hmm. It was good. You would have been proud.
Yeah? Did you run it?
No, I got one right, but it was
Oh.
it was a tough game tonight, you know. We're still in. So when the season started, the writers' strike was still going on, so they couldn't like invite new people, so they had to bring back like they did a whole new tournament, like a champions wildcard tournament, and then if you win like your group or whatever, you got to go to the tournament of champions at a later date. So they've been doing this for like 3 months now or something.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm kind of.
Why can they not bring new people on because of the writers' strike?
I don't know. I was confused. It was something with like yeah, I don't know. So now we're just hanging out and finishing.
Is it like do the introductions of the players require?
I don't know.
Writing?
Maybe.
That's so weird.
But yeah, so we're currently in like tournament realm, so everything's a little bit tougher, which you know, no match, but yeah, no, tonight was a tough game. We'll bounce back.
Okay.
It happens.
How are we doing on time, McKenna?
We're at
How long have we been recording for?
35 minutes on the dot.
Oh, perfect. Okay, well then we got so I asked for some questions today for the podcast, McKenna. I asked for some questions on the Twitter at HBO Mak MAKS.
MAKS.
I think I'm gonna start doing this almost maybe once a week or so.
Ooh,
and just
be
being
fun.
like, hey, yeah, questions.
Mm-hmm.
Give us stuff to talk about. Let us steal your work
Your
for our content.
Yeah. Thank you.
So now this first one, this is from your sister Cam.
Yeah, I know. I knew this one was coming.
How does Jose Banks feel that the bear he hit can't crank that soldier boy? And that sounds like it was written by AI. I don't know what that means.
Okay. So I guess some background. So Campbell has, for some reason, she is obsessed about two parts of your life, Brandon. Okay. How many nuggets you can eat in one sitting. And when the bear came onto the highway when you were at work.
Did we talk about that on a podcast?
I don't think we did.
Okay, so this was this last year or the year before?
I think it was last year. It was like right around winter. Now, right? I'll look.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'll look for the picture.
Last winter, it wouldn't have been until like deep November at least. Okay. Maybe it would have had to have been December or January because it was very cold, very dark when it was. It was during peak season, so it was during the holidays. Yeah. So part of my route as a delivery driver takes me up. I drive all the way up Mount Lassen here in Northern California. Mm-hmm. Big mountain. I go through the national park and stuff, and so I'm driving on the highway, and I get through this section where it's like a series of turns around the mountain, right? So that you're not allowed to pass or anything like that. And I'm following a logging truck or whatever.
Not good.
And so as soon as we get through this area to pass through, the logging truck like pulls halfway through the side of the road, letting me pass them, right? Mm-hmm. And so I start like gassing them, going real fast. And then right as I'm passing them, a bear sprints out onto the highway. I smack him in the I hit his basically hind legs. Hit him real good, and then he just fucking runs off, just like takes off into the woods. Is completely unaffected. That I was probably only going because, like I said, I was coming through this very short area where I'm following an 18-wheeler, and I'm just starting to pass him. So I was only going like mid 30s or so, not that fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, bear didn't give a damn. Just kept running off into the woods. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I hit up. No, van wasn't damaged. Bear didn't appear to be damaged. Me and the truck driver were both incredibly shocked that this had happened. And because of I work for a major delivery service or whatever. We have cameras in the van and stuff. So there's a video of me hitting the bear, which
Yes.
was very funny to show people at work and stuff.
Yes.
Cam, your sister, very interested in the time that I hit a bear.
Dude, Brandon, it's kind of absurd how much she brings up the bear. It also happened December 19th. I looked at our chat.
Okay.
So that's why, because I texted Campbell, I sent her the tweet. I was like, Campbell, ask us a question. Because I knew she would have something. And she goes, I don't have any. And I was like, I doubt that.
That's not true.
And she's like, if I have a question, I ask you as it comes up. And I'm like, nothing for Brandon? And then it was she texted me the question. I'm like, Campbell, you have to respond to the tweet. I can't, no willy-nilly. I'm not doing your work for you. You're doing the work for me. So, and now she, like, I may have sent you a couple of these on TikTok, but it's like shark facts or bear facts, then you swipe it, it's like, sharks can't read or something. Sharks can't play the drums. Bears can't read.
Okay.
And so I think she saw one of those. Because she texted me earlier in the day, and she's like, do you think bears can read? I was like, I think they can interpret pictograms, but I don't think they can read.
I don't think they could interpret pictograms.
I don't know how smart a bear is. I'm not familiar with their intelligence levels. I just know that they're real good at getting food.
Mm. You know what I read the other day that's fucked up?
What?
So this would have happened in the 40s or something, maybe the 50s. So they taught a gorilla how to draw.
Okay.
Right. And it was the first time that they got a gorilla, and like they basically like forced it to draw something.
Uh-huh.
And do you know what it drew? The very first thing that a gorilla ever drew, Makenna?
What did it draw?
It drew the bars of its cage.
Oh no, that's so sad.
That's fucked up.
That's so messed up. Oh man, what else did it draw? Or
I
is
don't
that
know.
it?
That's all I know about, because that's the poignant part of the story.
Right,
obviously.
exactly. I didn't know if it became like a renowned artist or something. Oh my god, that's so sad. Oh man. Shout out to the
pretty
gorilla.
Fucked up.
Yeah. What, like... So, like, do we teach gorillas things because, like... they have... Why do we teach gorillas things so often? Like sign language.
We know that they're intelligent because in the wild they'll make tools and stuff, right?
Okay, that makes
so
sense.
they have reasoning capabilities. They're fairly intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
They're also social creatures, right?
Okay.
So we know that they have like similar like emotional spectrums to us. Like they grieve. They I think that, are they partially monogamous creatures? I don't remember. And like they seem to be like fairly easy because like you can teach them sign language and stuff.
Right. Yeah. I didn't know if it was also just because they had hands.
Well, other animals have hands, you know.
Yeah, it was the raccoons and.
Yeah, raccoons got hands.
Yeah. I don't like raccoons because of their hands.
Yeah.
No.
Their hands are like disproportionately small to the rest of their body.
They're so little.
Yeah.
Like tiny. Like how
great is that video of the raccoon trying to wash the cotton candy though?
It's so I'm gonna watch this after. Wait, oh my god! Speaking of videos that I might watch a little bit too much. So you're familiar with Pat McAfee, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Do you like him? Hold on, this is a sidebar.
Not really, no.
Oh no. Okay. My dad's obsessed with him. So.
Okay. He's very popular.
Oh yes, it's wild. But my dad. He said, he was like, yeah, on TikTok, I keep getting a clip from the Pat McAfee show about this kid, this 8.5-year-old kid calling in, being like, he calls in and he's like, I'm 8.5. And the one guy's like, if you're saying you're half, you're too young to listen to the show, da da. And this kid Owen, he's like, I just want to talk about how inspiring you guys are talking about sports. And Pat McAfee's like, oh, come on, Owen, da da da. And then Owen goes, oh yeah, and fuck Boston College. And like they it was similar to how loud it was when we spun the Wheel of Wow on stream, where all the mics just immediately peaked. But my point in telling them, my dad watches that at least once a day. And then, actually, he watches at least twice a day, because he watches it when he gets up, and then he shows me at some point in the day. He'll put it on the TV downstairs after dinner and make my entire family watch it. And he's been obsessed with it for the last, 2 weeks. So, that's, it's a good little video. Little Owen.
Now, I do want to point out, I have no problems with Pat McAfee, the person. He seems like a good dude or whatever. I think that journalistically, his show is ethically questionable.
Oh, yeah. No, they have, I don't know if you've ever seen, the thing at the lower third that's, they had to put, I'm forgetting the word. Not a warning, but, a thing.
Disclaimer,
yeah, about the show, and it's these are not the views of ESPN, and it's not factual or whatever.
He has a tendency to the show is presented often as this is we get the real opinions of sports people, because we let them just say it. Essentially, what Pat McAfee's a propagandist for the people he brings on his show, and just lets them say whatever they want to say without questioning them at all, which is not journalism.
No, well, he isn't he really good friends with Aaron Rodgers?
So he's not necessarily friends with him. Because it did recently come out a month ago or whatever that he pays him $1 million per appearance on the show.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So.
All right.
But yeah.
I will say, because that's how I know what time it is, because I have ESPN on at work usually, because I'm checking feeds, and JJ Watt is usually on Wednesdays, and one week he was wearing a Callahan Auto Parts shirt from Tommy Boy. I was like, okay, that's good shit right there. That's it. That's all I need to see. But yeah, so do you think that Bear You Hate is upset that it can't crank that Soldier Boy?
I don't think it has the faculties to conceive of Soldier Boy, or what cranking that could possibly be.
Can you imagine a bear though cranking that Soldier Boy?
Okay, we have another question from Twitter. At Joe Mertens, essentially Joe Mertens. Shout out to Joe Mertens, one of the most loyal fans and supporters of the Maximum Ruckus brand.
We love you.
Are there any buys for you /Rex in the 50% off Criterion sale all month at Barnes & Nobles? The others and Don't Look Now are great, but this is always a chance to pick up some cool samurai films, and I recommend Yojimbo /Sanjuro 2-pack. # not sponsored, but maybe should be sponsored.
Ooh, we should be sponsored.
Now, I will say, the two films that he mentioned there, The Others, which is a fantastic horror adjacent film, not super scary movie, but one of the I think the best ghost movies I've ever seen. And Don't Look Now, which there's a great episode of Murders with Mertens where I go on there and we cover Don't Look Now, which is a fantastic film. And then of course Yojimbo and Sanjuro, Kurosawa, legendary, which would and those two movies specifically would be remade into the A Fistful of Dollars and For a Few More Dollars, the Clint Eastwood movies that really kind of took Clint Eastwood's career to the next level. So yeah, those movies are amazing. So I will say there are so I normally don't participate in the flash sales at the Criterion stuff, because normally I just don't have the money set aside to be okay, I'm gonna go I'll maybe buy like one movie during the flash sale or something if it just happens to be something that I'm interested during that
Mhm.
like one day or whatever.
Right.
But during like the month long sale, these are the ones that I participate in.
Yeah. Yeah, you do.
Because I'll set aside money specifically to buy a couple movies.
Right.
And so there is one that is I'm definitely buying,
Mhm.
and then there are a couple that are probably going to be purchased. So the one that I'm definitely buying is the 4K release of The Princess Bride.
Ooh, good
Been waiting for a
choice.
50% off sale to pick this one up.
Mhm.
I've been trying to restrict myself to only buying 4K Blu-rays.
Mhm.
That way I don't get caught in a trap
That's
of
fair.
having to rebuy anything, you know?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, this one they finally put it out in 4K a couple months ago, and so yeah, I'm definitely gonna pick this one up. My girlfriend has been wanting to watch The Princess Bride,
Hell
and
yeah.
I've been like, okay, well, I'm gonna buy that, and then we'll watch it during the
Mhm.
50% off sale. The other ones that I'm planning, so normally I usually only try to buy movies that I've already seen during the Criterion
Mhm.
sales, right? Because I
Right.
don't want to drop money on a movie that I might end up not liking, or I
Mhm.
don't want like my sunk cost in buying the Blu-ray to affect how I, view the
Mhm.
movie, like trick myself into liking it because I spent money on it or whatever.
Of course.
Um, so yeah, I try to only buy stuff that I've already seen and know I like. And so during the 50% off sale, I tried to buy like one of the movies that is on like, one of my favorite movies of all time, like this time it'd be The Princess Bride.
Mhm.
I tried to pick up something for my growing collection of the David Lynch films because almost all of his films are on the Criterion collection.
Mhm.
And he has over the last couple of years become like my favorite filmmaker. Um, and then I try to buy a foreign language film or just a foreign
Ooh.
film in general, but usually
Very
foreign
nice.
language. So I'll probably be picking up either Inland Empire
Mhm.
or Blue Velvet to cover the 4K. But I'll probably just pick up Inland Empire because I
Mhm.
do think that eventually we'll get 4K releases of the other David Lynch movies.
Mhm.
So I'm putting off buying those ones.
Mhm.
Um, and then for foreign language movie, this one's tough because I will probably buy Good Morning, which is
Ooh.
a really fun, cute Japanese film.
Aw.
I love it. I've
Mhm.
seen it a couple times. I really, really enjoy it.
Mhm.
And so for recommendations, I would say pick up for like a general recommendation movie you're probably gonna like. I would say Brian De Palma's Blowout, which is now on 4K. I would
Mhm.
recommend that. It's a really great thriller starring John Travolta. Very,
Ooh.
very young John Travolta too. It's a pretty dope flick. And like who's the bad guy in that? It's weird because like his early career, it's John Lithgow plays like a murderer in
Oh,
that one,
okay.
which is such a like not what you think of John Lithgow of, but he's super creepy and it's really good. Um and then yeah, I would also recommend Good Morning if you haven't seen it. Um
Ooh.
Yeah, it's 1959. It's so Joe and he mentioned Yojimbo and Sanjuro, which is Kurosawa.
Mhm.
Um Yasujiro Ozu is like one of the other great Japanese masters of cinema, of
Ooh.
Japanese cinema. So if you haven't seen Ozu but you're a fan of Kurosawa, I would check it out. And Good Morning I think is a really great starting point for Ozu. I think it's one of the very first movies he made in color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And
Cool.
and if you know me, um this is a oops all vibe movie and that's my jam. So yeah, I would recommend Good Morning by Yasujiro Ozu.
Ooh. Um,
You gonna grab anything on the sale,
I
McKenna?
think I'm finally gonna pick up Silence of the Lambs. I think I'm gonna do it. I'm about to
Yeah.
log into my Barnes and Noble account and order it.
The
Um,
cover on that's beautiful.
so cool. I love it so much. Because I've been meaning to rewatch it. Because I haven't rewatched it yet this year. It's the only.
Mm.
I probably should have watched it in October for a scary movie, but it's always time for Silence of the Lambs. So, um, and it's the only scary movie that I can handle. So it's about as far as I can go. So plus, yeah, it's
you pushed the limits this year. I think like you liked The Thing.
that is true. I was surprised how much I liked The Thing. Like, that was good. That was really good. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna end up picking up. I'm gonna search through, go through all the
Give it a
criteria.
browse.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I love a browse. So they usually they redid our Barnes and Noble inside. So maybe I should check it out in person. Is it in person or is it only online? The sale.
The sale is in person as well.
Okay, cool.
If so, does your Barnes and Noble have like a movie section?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, then yeah, you should be able to go there and see the Criterion Collections physical.
Okay. Yeah, because because it used to be like its own thing, like with its own like the beeper things that go off when you leave the section. And like its own cash register back there, but then they like completely they didn't take it out, but they like expanded, like the puzzles are back there now, and like they moved over the movie section. I got lost a lot when I was there the last couple times just because like everything moved, but
we're getting a new Barnes and Noble.
Really?
Yeah, so this Bed Bath and Beyond, you know, they're gone, you know about this. And so with the old building where this Bed Bath and Beyond was, I think another business ended up going out there too. They're like taking that and moving our Barnes and Noble across over into this much bigger building. And so I'm hoping that we get it expanded because we don't have a dedicated, like they have like a shelf of movies, you know.
Right. Mm-hmm.
But if you don't have like the dedicated like movie and music section, you don't get a lot of the Criterion stuff in your Barnes and Noble. So I'm hoping they're expanding it more space. They're gonna put a movies section there. Then because I really don't like that I have to order all these Criterion, or I have to drive down to fucking Roseville to go to a Barnes and Noble that has one of these things. It's like 2 hours away.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. I like browsing, you know?
Yeah, I'm a browser. That's why whenever I go to Barnes and Noble, my mother has to put a time limit on me.
Yeah, that's what they call Makenna the Firefox. You know why? 'Cause she's a browser.
That's what they do. That's what they call me. Here she comes again. Firefox.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up this episode of Maximum Ruckus, Makenna.
I think it will as well.
All right. Thank you for listening to this episode of Maximum Ruckus, the worst podcast on the internet.
That's us.
If you want to follow the show, you can check us out on Twitter at HBO Mak, MAKS, or find us on the YouTube, which you're probably, statistically, if you're watching this, you're already at the YouTube. So give us a like and a subscribe. If you're not there, youtube.com/@HBO Mak, MAKS. Leave us a comment. Makenna, what should that comment be?
Tell us your favorite Happy Meal toy, please.
Yeah, tell us what your favorite Happy Meal toy was from back in the day.
Yes.
Or back in the now, whatever you still getting Happy Meals, let us know.
Yeah.
We'll be back soon with some more Maximum Ruckus or HBO Max. Who's to say when? But yeah, if you want to keep up with us, you can also follow me personally on Twitter at Jose Ruckus. You can follow Makenna at PotterPants212. If you want to check out some fun clips of the show, and if you want to share the show with other people, a really good way to do that is with our TikToks, which are very popular.
Yes.
You can find us on TikTok at Maximum Ruckus.
Yay! That's us.
That's us.
I just accidentally added Silence of the Lambs 3 times in my cart because it wasn't working.
Oh yeah, Christmas is coming up. Got to give that gifts.
Exactly. Oops! All Silence of the Lambs. I'm sorry.
Well, until next time, keep the ruckus to a minimum.